Today's reading is from Genesis chapter 6, beginning with verse 5, through the end of chapter 9. This is the story of Noah. Yahweh saw the great wickedness of the people of the earth, that the thoughts in their hearts fashioned nothing but evil. Yahweh was sorry that humankind had been created on earth. It pained God's heart. Yahweh said, I will wipe this human race that I've created from the face of the earth, not only the humans, but also the animals, the reptiles, and the birds of the heavens. I am sorry I ever made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of Yahweh. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just and blameless among his contemporaries and walked in accord with God. Noah had 3 children, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. It was clear to God that the world was corrupt and full of violence. God looked at the earth and saw that it had gone to ruin. All flesh had defiled its way upon the earth. So God said to Noah, The end of all flesh has come up before me, for they are the cause of all its violence. I will destroy them and the earth as well. Build an ark for yourself out of cypress. Build rooms in the ark and coat it with pitch, both inside and out. Its dimensions are to be 450 feet long, 70 feet wide, and 45 feet tall. Put a roof over it with an overhang of 18 inches. Put a door on the side and give it a lower deck and a second and a third deck below that. What I have decided to do is to flood the earth and to destroy all flesh under heaven that has the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will die. But I will establish my covenant with you. You and your wife will go into the ark with your children and their spouses. Bring with you 2 of every living thing, 1 male and 1 female, of all flesh, to preserve them. Every kind of bird, every kind of animal, and every kind of thing that creeps on the ground. 2 of each are to come to you to keep alive. You must also store up all kinds of food to eat, food for yourselves, and food for all the creatures with you. Noah did as he was instructed. He did everything that God commanded. Yahweh said to Noah, Come aboard the ark, you and your household. You alone among this whole generation do I see as righteous. Of all the richly clean animals you must take 7 pairs of each kind, a female and a male. Of the unclean animals you must take 1 pair, a female and a male. Of the clean birds of heaven also, 7 pairs of each kind, a female and a male, to propagate their kind over the earth. For in 7 days' time I will bring rain to the earth. It will rain for 40 days and 40 nights. And I will rid the earth of every living thing that I have made. Noah did everything that Yahweh commanded. Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters came over the earth. So Noah and his wife, together with their sons and spouses, entered the ark to escape the flood waters. With them came the clean and the unclean animals, birds and creatures that move on the ground. 2 by 2 came to Noah into the ark, male and female, as God had commanded. 7 days later, the waters of the flood appeared on the earth. In Noah's 600th year, on the 17th day of the 2nd month, all the well springs of the deep burst, and the windows of heaven opened, and it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. On that day, Noah, his wife, their children, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their spouses entered the ark. Every kind of wild animal, and every kind of cattle, every kind of slithering creature that crawls on the ground, every kind of bird, anything that chirps or has wings, came to Noah and entered the ark 2 by 2 from all flesh in which the breath of life resides. There was 1 male and 1 female of every form of life. They came to Noah as God had commanded, and Yahweh closed the door of the ark upon them. For 40 days the flood continued, and the rising water lifted the ark so that it rose high above the earth. The waters rose and rose throughout the whole earth, and the ark rose with them. The waters rose so high over the earth that all the high mountains under heaven were covered. The waters rose above the mountaintops by more than 250 feet. All life on the earth perished, birds, domestic animals, wild animals, all swarming creatures, and all humankind. Everything that had once had the breath of life in its nostrils, everything on the earth died. God destroyed all living things that existed on earth. from humans to animals, from things that crawled to things that flew. All were wiped out throughout the world. Only Noah and those with him in the ark survived, and the waters rose for 150 days. God did not forget Noah and all the animals in the ark, and sent a mighty wind over the earth so that the waters began to subside. The springs of the deep and the windows in the heavens were closed up. The rain from the heavens stopped. The water covering the earth gradually dropped, until at the end of 150 days it was gone. On the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark rested on the mountains of Ararat. The water continued to go down until the 10th month, and on the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains came into view. At the end of 40 days, Noah opened the porthole he had made in the ark and sent out a raven. It would fly off and return to him as the waters were drying up from the earth. Then Noah sent out a dove to see if the waters had subsided on the earth. The dove, finding nowhere to perch, returned to the ark, for there was still water over the whole earth. Putting out his hand for the dove, he brought it back into the ark. Noah waited 7 more days and again sent out the dove from the ark. In the evening, the dove returned with a freshly plucked olive branch in its beak, and Noah knew that the waters were receding from the earth. After 7 more days, he again sent out the dove, and this time it did not return. In Noah's 601st year, on the first day of the first month, the waters had dried up on the earth. Noah opened the door on the side of the ark and saw that the ground was drying. On the 27th day of the second month, the earth was dry, and God said to Noah, "Leave the ark with your wife and your children and their spouses. Bring out all the living things with you, the birds, animals, and all the slithering things of the earth, so they may spread throughout the earth, bear fruit, and become many on the earth." So Noah, with his wife and his children, with their spouses, and every kind of bird, animal, and crawling thing that moves on the ground, left the ark, one family at a time. Noah built an altar to Yahweh, and choosing from every clean animal and every clean bird, offered burnt sacrifices on it. Yahweh smelled the sweet fragrance and said, "Never again will I curse the earth because of humankind, since the evil their hearts contrive begins from infancy. Never again will I strike down every living thing as I have done. So long as the earth lasts, sowing and reaping, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease." God blessed Noah and his family and said to them, "Bear fruit and be many, and fill the earth." Now, however, all the earth's wildlife, all the birds of the air, and all that crawls on the ground or swims in the sea, will be afraid of you. But remember that they are your responsibility. They are in your hand. You may now eat anything that moves and lives, just as it had been with the green plants. I now give them all to you. However, you are not to eat flesh with its lifeblood still in it. At the same time, I will demand an accounting from your own lives, your own blood. From every animal I will demand it, and from every member of the human race in regard to one another, I will demand an accounting of human life. If anyone sheds the blood of another, by others will their blood be shed, for in the image of God has the human race been created. Now go, bear fruit and be many, abound on the earth and increase your numbers. God then said to Noah and his family, I hereby establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that is with you, birds, cattle, and the earth's wildlife, everything that came out of the ark, everything that lives on the earth. I hereby establish my covenant with you. All flesh will never again be swept away by the waters of the flood. Never again will the flood destroy all the earth. And God said, Here is the sign of the covenant between me and you and every living creature for ageless generations. I set my bow in the clouds, and it will be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When I bring clouds over the earth, my bow will appear in the clouds. Then I will remember the covenant that is between me and you and every kind of living creature. And never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all flesh. Whenever my bow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature on the earth. And God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant that I have established between me and all living things on the earth." Now the sons of Noah who came out of the ark were named Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the offspring of Noah, and from them sprang all the inhabitants of the earth. Noah, the first tiller of the soil, planted a vineyard. And once, when he had made wine, he drank so much that he lay naked in his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness, and went out and told his brothers. So Shem and Japheth took a garment, put it on their shoulders, and walking backwards, covered their father's naked body. Each kept his face averted so they could not see their father's nakedness. When Noah awoke from his drunken slumber and learned what his youngest had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan. You will be the lowest of subordinates to your siblings." He also said, "Blessed is Yahweh, the God of Shem, and may Canaan be subject to Shem. May God expand Japheth's territories, and may you dwell in Shem's tents, with Canaan as your subordinate." And after the flood, Noah lived 350 years. He was 950 years old when he died.